John Wick is back with even more action and fights. I'm Raul Kathwari. I'm here with the Nocturnal, and we're at the New York City premiere of John Wick 3 Parabellum. We're going to talk to the cast and crew to get the inside scoop. Do you feel like you've been ready for this role, considering this is like a big action movie?
You know, it was hard. It's hard to say because this all just sort of fell together really fast. It's a really small role, which is like so honored to have any part in this franchise. Just amazing, especially coming out of Gotham and then going into something like this. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character in this film?
He works for the syndicate, and he's a very surly guy who's like has a lot of attitude over his job, and he has a really intense look. It was actually really cool because it was like there were a lot of piercings, a lot of tattoos. Like I had tattoos all day, and I was like kind of into this, but then you're able to take it off and wash it off, and it's all better. But yeah, I was kind of like getting into the look a little bit. Yeah.
You've been in the John Wick universe. What does it really take to prepare for these characters? There's a lot that goes on in the film, so physically and mentally, how does the actors do it?
I mean, for me, it's really all about just not being nervous when I get to do scenes with Lawrence and Keanu. It's amazing. I know they do a lot of physical training. For me, it's been a little bit less so, but I've gotten to handle some guns, so that's been fun.
That's fun. What has it been like working with them on set?
Incredible. I mean, Keanu is one of the nicest people you could ever meet, and Chad his enthusiasm is just infectious, and it's really incredible to see what they've been able to do, how much energy they've put into making this happen, and the teams of people that he's able to get, because as a stunt guy himself, I feel like he's been able to pull in a lot of friends of his who are also really good at what they do.
Can you talk about John's character development from movie 1 to now?
Yeah, we always talked about the John Wick you don't see is the Baba Yaga of old. The one you see in the first one is the new John Wick. But when you see in the third John Wick and from here on out, it's almost the merging of the past and the present and hinting at the future. I mean, come the end of it, this is the guy that just wants out to be left alone, but at the same time, he understands this world, and even though his moral compass is a bit screwed up, it kind of makes sense.
There's one thing that you could do in real life, whether it's the Kung Fu, what would it be?
Honestly, in real life, he gets his ass handed him so many times that when he falls up, I'd like to just get up as fast as he can. It's awesome.
It's just been the most insane process, especially because I came into this as just a huge fan of the first two movies and just a huge fan of the world that Derek Kolstad and Chad Stahelski created. I'm just a huge fan of those guys, so just being able to be even a small part of that world is so insane and surreal. I think the thing about John Wick that's so great is that he is kind of this steadfast premise who has all those things that you love, which is that he's so steely and such a great assassin, but each movie can just dig a little bit deeper into his past and into his journey of deciding who he wants to be. Is he this man who got out of this world to be with his wife, or is he this stone-cold assassin?
Can you tell us a little about the character that you're playing?
Sure. My character is Zero. He is a shinobi ninja warrior, but also a huge John Wick fan. So he is tasked to go get the man, but he can't help but tell him how he feels.
As a ninja warrior, how do you prepare for your role?
Very carefully.
I don't want you to try any moves on me tonight, though.
Well, the great thing about the character, I think, is that they did such a great job writing it on the page.
Yeah.
And then Chad, as our director, was very much a leader and encouraging us to improvise and play with it. So we really formed and created Zero day by day. I was cast on Monday and started filming on Thursday. So I didn't have a lot of time to think about the backstory, which I think is maybe also it's an advantage and disadvantage because I was open to anything. And, working with Keanu, who's very collaborative and creative, and with Chad, who really gave us a safe space to work. I felt free to just play.
As an actor, it's a little intoxicating. I mean, it's one of those things where, first of all, I've kind of been a part of a juggernaut before in television, but never a film franchise like this. So to be part of a film that for action films, particularly American action films, is so groundbreaking, and to be such an integral, have a role that's such an integral part, because in my opinion, if there's anybody that you could say is the heart of the film, it's my character, Sharon. So in that regard, I'm just thrilled, and I feel really honored.
My experience with the John Wick universe is that it was a thrilling adrenaline ride from start to finish. You know, I was a huge fan of the first two films, and after I met Chad, the director, you know, I said yes to this one before I even read the script. You know, this third film delves deeper into the mythology and the philosophy behind John Wick. The action sequences raise the bar yet again. You know, Chad and Keanu have been working together for over 20 years, and I think you can really feel the heart of that in this film. So honestly, I'm just honored and grateful to be here.
Amazing. Can you tell us a little about your role?
Yes. So I play a character called the Adjudicator, who is really the enforcer of the binding rules of the shadowy International Assassins Guild, the High Table. You know, the third film starts and John Wick has broken the rules. He's killed a member of the High Table inside this very continental hotel, and he has a $14 million bounty on his head. So my character plays a really crucial role in his judicial reckoning.
I play the director of sort of ballet come martial arts come school for assassins.
What's it been like being a part of John Wick's universe?
Oh, so exciting. I'm very thrilled to be part of it. I'm a big Keanu fan. I love the look of the first two John Wicks, and I think this one's going to be, well, I know this one is equally beautiful.
So obviously John Wick has all these skills. What is one skill that you wish that you could take away and use in real life?
He rides a motorbike like nobody. That was incredible, that scene.
All of it. It was hard, you know, I never worked that hard in my whole life, but it was worth it. I'm glad I did it.
Find him, the love of his life passes away. He had retired from being an assassin, and his wife gives him a dog to kind of ground him, you know, ground his soul. That dog ends up getting taken and killed, and the assassin part of John Wick kind of wakes up and seeks revenge. Going through that journey, finishes, and then in the second chapter, he really just wants peace, but he wants his car back. He's trying to reclaim his life. But then his past comes. You know, this film's about consequences, and by the end of chapter 2, he's, you know, running for his life because of his actions, and now in chapter 3 he's trying to figure out a way just to live.